The compact SUV is the bread and butter of the automotive industry, and General Motors, with the Chevrolet Equinox EV, is joining the increasing ranks of fully electrified compact SUVs, or crossovers, if you will. Get in. This is Family Wheels. An advantage of the Equinox EV is that it is simply available. Thanks to General Motors really ramping up production of its Ultium batteries, that means more Equinoxes. This is a 2024 Equinox EV. This is a bit more power for 2025, that's nice, and it's just LT and RS now, and the 24s like this one had a number in front. Here on the all-wheel drive we have 288 horsepower, 300 on the 2025, by the way. Now that's not bad considering that this vehicle weighs about 5,000 pounds, about 2,300 kilograms. The front-wheel drive version has a lot less horsepower and I think would be a lot less fun to drive. Horsepower is up, but so is estimated range. All-wheel drive versions have an estimated 494 kilometers or 307 miles, a gain of 35 kilometers or 22 miles. The range of front drive trims remains unchanged at 513 kilometers or 319 miles. The onboard charger, which accepts a level 2 feed from your home or a level 2 charger in public, 11.5 kilowatts is the maximum. Level 3 charging is a different matter entirely, of course. That's DC or DC fast, and the maximum rate that the Equinox EV can take is 150 kilowatts, well below some of its competitors that are considerably above 200 kilowatts. The normal level of regen that brought the vehicle to a stop right now at a red light is perfect. There is a higher level that's basically like throwing out the anchors. There's also a little bit of a party trick, a mini paddle behind the steering wheel. You pull that toward you and gives you an extra shot of regeneration. One of the great features of the Equinox EV is the lack of a stop-start button. The first vehicle I drove that was like this was a Volvo, and now we're seeing it in some other vehicles like this one. You just keep the key in your pocket and you get in, it's ready to go. In fact, when you walk up, it's ready to go. The doors unlock, other vehicles have that, but then you sit down, buckle up, put it in drive, and go. That's it. And when you're done, you stop, put it in park, take your foot off the brake, get out, and walk away. Let's take the Equinox EV through a series of bends and check the handling. Well, the all-wheel drive is really your friend there. It pulls the vehicle through the corner quite nicely. And bear in mind, again, 5,000 pounds, about 2,300 kilograms of weight. We do have great big tires on this. They're 275s with a 40 aspect ratio, so that certainly helps out. On the other hand, I might be tempted to down-spec this vehicle were I buying it, because a higher aspect ratio probably going to give you a slightly smoother ride, cost you less, and by the way, a lot less likely to curb your fancy wheels. Let's check the brakes on the Equinox EV. We're coming down from about 70 kilometers an hour, not exactly highway speed. The road is dry. Regen kicks in. And that is disappointing. The ABS kicked in, and that was not a panic stop, probably not even halfway to full pressure on the pedal. General Motors continues to do an excellent job with its driver displays. Here in the center screen, the touch screen, almost 18 inches of screen, and it's all quite useful. This is all configurable. And then there's the nav. Similarly, we have an 11-inch driver display, which has a number of variations on it, including putting the nav here and then your range and speed down here. It all makes sense. While the screens are excellent, what's above them is not. The Equinox EV windshield is steeply sloped, creating an unusually large space on top of the dashboard. That surface is covered with many lateral lines, likely to visually break up the expanse. Problem is, those lines reflect on the windshield under several circumstances, from bright sunshine to overcast. You can still clearly see the road, but the effect is like looking through translucent Venetian blinds. It does not have Apple CarPlay or Android Auto. They're not available. What it has is Google built in. And that's the suite of Google services, including Nav, that are built right into the operating system. That's actually great. It's the best implementation I've ever seen of Maps. I've seen it on other vehicles, Volvos, Hondas, for instance, and it works just terrifically. But the problem is, those other vehicles also have the option of Apple CarPlay or Android Auto. General Motors wants you to buy a subscription to its OnStar services. That can add up over time, and you don't have an option. And then there's the battle for your data. Apple CarPlay and Android Auto harvest massive amounts of information about you, which is profitable to them, but they're free. In this vehicle, GM controls all that lucrative data while forcing you to pay a subscription fee. For the consumer, it's a matter of less choice and higher cost. General Motors does point out that there is a workaround. It is Bluetooth. I've got it to play some music off my app, my radio station app that is on my iPhone in the car. And it did so seamlessly, all on voice command. But here is an addendum. A little while ago, I sent a text message to my wife using this system, voice commands. I just got a notification from the phone that there was a response. Read my messages.
You'll need to unlock your iPhone first.
You'll need to unlock your iPhone first. The Equinox handily passes our Family Wheels child seat test. Behind me, the kind that takes up the most room, rear-facing. Here in the front, plenty of room between my knees and the glove box door. Usually after the child seat test, I readjust the front seat to give me more room up there. Didn't have to do that this time. Here in the back, all kinds of room between my knees and the front seat. This is a very spacious SUV indeed. Now, as far as luxuries go, we don't have a panoramic moonroof. We do have heated rear seats, though, and 2 USB Type-C ports. The Chevrolet Equinox is a strong competitor in this rapidly expanding field of all-electric SUVs. But what do you think? Leave a comment. As always, thanks for watching, thanks for liking, and thanks for subscribing. I'm Richard Detman, and I'll see you next time on Family Wheels.